Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 17. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we see a montage of the ladies. Wendy is on FaceTime with her producer for this show that she's doing. Karen and Ray are at the cardiologist. She's getting good news. No buildup in the arteries. In the next scene, Ashley and Giselle in these pieces are preparing for a fashion show with no fashions. GNA, go away, honey. That should be y'all slogan. GNA, go away. No, I'm just kidding. Even though this feels like a home ec project and not a real business venture, I'm happy for y'all. I'm so proud of you. In the next scene, Ike and Nneka are at the doctor to get a semen sample from Ike. Nneka went in to help him, and I was like, child, please put it on mute. Okay? Everybody on mute. Honey, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no rumblings. I don't want to hear no moaning. I don't want to hear nothing from them. And Nneka thought that it was going to be like the movies where there was nudie magazines and adult movies. No, ma'am. It was a sterile bathroom. And y'all was standing up in there doing whatever y'all was doing. Wasn't no lotions or no saliva or none of that allowed. Ooh, child, it's just too much. So she's about to do an IUI treatment. The doctor is about to inseminate her. And I didn't think that we were going to actually see this scene. I was like, wow, she is really letting us in on this. So you know what, Nneka, I am praying a healthy baby for you. All jokes aside, that scene is what you should have been giving us throughout the season. Now, I know the producers are doing whatever it is that they do, child. But you going through that and these steps being taken for y'all to actually have a family, I wish you nothing but the best. Over on the other side, Gordon and Mia are going to a therapy session. So the therapist is asking them where they are with the divorce. Gordon was like, you got to ask Mia. She the one that wants the divorce. I'm cool. Mia said, well, me and G were in a very bad space. He was very combative and I grew up that way and I was not trying to live like that. So I had the attorney on speed dial. She said when she hired the divorce attorney, this is what she said in the confessional. He went and emptied out her entire bank account down to zero. Baby, that is financial abuse. That is why, for me, okay, let me speak for me. Separate accounts only. I'm not doing no commingling. No, thank you. And always have your own. Always. Gordon, you cannot force her to stay. You cannot force her to stay with you. I don't know why you're doing that. So then they touch on the intimacy in their relationship. Mia says that Gordon is not romantic. And he says that she comes to bed and gets on her phone and scrolls on social media and doesn't want hugs, kisses. She don't want nothing from him. Now, we all know how this story ends. Mia has checked all the way out and she isn't even in like with Gordon. She ain't in like with him, in love with him, nothing. She's really just staying there because I feel like she's forced to be there. And really and truly, allegedly, I feel like it's a little arrangement going on now because Gordon just hates to be alone. I'm so sick of being lonely. Oh, child. Honey, shout out to Phil Mob. So after that, she tells them to face each other and say something to each other. I couldn't remember what it was, but what I did remember is that Gordon gonna turn to Mia and say, I think we have one of the best relationships on earth, despite the challenges. Here go Mia. Okay. Listen, therapist, you should have stepped in and said, Mia, how does hearing that make you feel? Do you feel the same as Gordon? Like, let's get some real emotions going because we know dang on well that Mia does not think that they have the best relationship here on earth. And Gordon, you don't think that either. Well, you might think that. Child, this is a fool. Moving forward. It's scary how in denial Gordon actually is. Gordon, she's not a hostage, honey. She doesn't want to be in it. She don't give a damn. In the next scene, Dr. Ken pays Candace a visit. She wanted to talk to him because her and Chris were talking about kids and it's getting pushed back. It's either by her music, the show, and then, she was a little bit skeptical, especially after what she found during her mammogram. So Candace is wondering if she's using her career as an excuse to not be a mom. So the therapist thinks that she's letting fear get in the way of it. So he wants to know, what is it that you want? She said, I want a child. Now, me personally, this is just my thought. I think her relationship with her mom has a lot to do with her fears, even though I'm not a doctor. I think that has a lot to do with it. Because if y'all remember back, y'all know I always got to compare the two black franchises because there are a lot of similarities. Remember back when Kenya wanted a child and they went to that sperm bank and she was sitting there with Aunt Lori and they asked her whether or not she wanted a daughter or a son. And she said, now, you know, I don't want any girls. And that was because of her relationship as a daughter in relation to her own mom. But then she got Brooklyn and look how beautiful that is. So I really think that Candace is letting the fear of her relationship with her mom and all the, roadblocks that they went through get to her. But girl, you gotta let that go. Okay, we're gonna have to work through that. So he tells her, well, I think in this season, you're ready for it. She's like, oh, I'm so happy you told me that. I said, what? Baby, this visit was so quick, Dr. Ken could have saved the gas and hopped on the Zoom. I said, what is this? But as I was watching, this episode is all about taking care of your most important matters so far. Okay, you have Karen at the cardiologist. Mia is at the marriage counselor. And Nneka is getting the insemination. Candace is sitting with Dr. Ken. Wendy is working on the television show. Then you have Giselle and she's going through some things. We have Robin. She's going to also be showing us one of her ventures. It seems like this episode is everything that should have been shown throughout the season in one episode. Like, what are we really doing? Moving forward. In the next scene, all the ladies are getting together. Mia is getting them together to tell them about a spread that's going to be in Monarch magazine. It's a local magazine in their area, right? So everybody's included, honey. The gang's all there except Nneka. So she said, yeah, I just had to tell Nneka that she won't be involved in this one. Here go Karen. Y'all made the girl go to Grand Dame school and she can't. Baby, not Grand Dame school. She did come into that crawfish boil looking a dumb fool when she had that sash and that crown on. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But if it's one thing this cat's gonna do, they gonna leave you out. Y'all remember when Robin left Karen off that trucker hat website? I said, baby, if you don't cut it, these heifers will cut you. Here go Mia. I mean, they don't know her yet. Because, she's new. Now, normally, I don't side with Mia. But Mia, I'm with you when you're right. You ain't wrong. And Nneka did just get there. But y'all could have found her a little costume for a little yin-yang around the magazine shoot. Y'all, please. Moving forward. So then the editor, Will, comes out. And so does the creative director. And they come out and give the ladies their icon assignments. So Candace is going to be Diana Ross. Giselle is going to be Beyonce. Karen is going to be Lena Horne. Ashley as Dorothy Dandridge. Mia as Pam Grier. Wendy as Cheryl Lee Ralph. And Robin as Mariah. Yeah, Mariah Carey. Not Mariah from Married to Medicine. Mariah Carey. Oh, child. Not do I need to bring the receipts. Not that Mariah. The Mariah. Why you so obsessed with me? Because Robin think everybody is obsessed with her and Wanda and Dixon. Child, anybody worried about y'all but y'all. This man said, Robin, I gave you Mariah because you live out loud, in your marriage and everything. Sir, go away from me with this. Okay, please go away from me with this. And Robin, which Mariah is this, honey? What is this? This is giving Real Housewives of Atlanta season 5 when Kenya first touched down in Atlanta and she wanted Portia to be Babs and Portia came as Dorothy Dandridge and they was having that fight outside that party. Baby, that episode was good to me. Do you hear me? Anywho, that's what this is giving. Or you could compare it to when they did that alter ego photo shoot. Yeah, That's what it could be kin to. Child, this is a mess. Now, I am happy that they are all doing something together. Everybody's there. Everybody showed up. This is how it should be. Now, if I could just get all of y'all to speak to each other and act like y'all got some damn sense. In the next scene, Robin and Juan are looking for a space for her Glow 30 franchise. Now, I have personally never heard of Glow 30. I'm not sure if that's in their area or what. I don't know. I didn't look it up, but that's major. I have to give Robin her props. Now, these heifers will start and stop some. And it ain't just Robin, it ain't just Wendy, it's Giselle too. Gizzard, don't think I forgot about every hue. Karen, are we still doing the fragrance? Okay, one thing y'all go. Candace, what happened to the hair? You was selling the wigs and whatnot. That's when you used to wear that heavy wig up top. Whatever happened to those things? Now, these heifers will start and stop some. So I got to give them props when they starting. And then I got to say, girl, what's going on when they stopping? And I feel like this is major for Robin because I remember when Robin first came on the scene, baby, she couldn't even afford to critically think. Okay, she could not. And Ashley was hopping on the Googler and Googling her and said she only had 75 cents in her bank account. She has come a long way. Now, I know some people are probably wondering what happened to her flipping them houses. Now, she did get her HGTV on. Now, she did flip that house, and her mom did split the profits. So it's not like she just started it and then stopped. Now, some people are still waiting on them embellished hats. Now, I don't know if you still got your bedazzling gun, but you need to get them people their damn hats. I can't take it seriously. I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot take this season of Housewives of any franchise seriously. And if you do, child, you need to find something else to do. But Juan was actually being very supportive, honey, because he know he ain't got a job, a window, or a pot to piece in, or a window to throw it out of. Robin was like, I really want to open this for stability. I don't want to have to depend on an employer. Robin, I hear you, but at the same time, a brick and mortar store is not stable. It is scary to venture from an e-commerce site to something that is physical. A lot of things come with that. Insurance, employees, billing, payroll, taxes. Like, this is a big feat. So, I understand that you don't want to have to answer to anybody because it will be yours, but make sure you have everything in a row, because we know you and Juan been playing in our face all season, so y'all might not be back. Okay, moving forward. So while they sitting there, Robin calls Giselle because her dad is in the hospital. So they're asking Giselle in the confessional what's going on with her dad. She's like, we're going to come back to that. Giselle, listen, I'm not going to be too hard on you, but let me just say this to you. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Stop trying to always be tough and be hard. It is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to show the human side of you. It is okay to cry. You didn't even want to cry when your baby was going to school. Now your dad is going through something and you're like, we'll just talk about it later. Like, that's a thing. You really need to continue on with that therapy that you were doing. But Robin ends up telling us that he has brain cancer. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Like, I know her dad passed last year and she absolutely was a daddy's girl. And my heart really does go out to her. Because as our parents get older, that's scary. Because all the time I'm trying to make sure that my parents are not hiding things from me. Because my mama like to lie because she knows that I'm an overreactor. And she knows that I will shut down. And she knows I'm going to be in her business. So every time she says, I have a doctor's appointment, I'm like, oh, you want me to go with you? For what this time? And she keeps repeating the same doctor's appointments to me over and over again. So I know she lying. And this episode made me think that I need to get in her business a little bit more. That is scary, Giselle, and condolences to you and your family. Moving forward. Over on the other side of Potomac, Wendy is at her talk show shoot pilot. She got some heavy hitters on her first episode. She has Jasmine from the Jasmine brand, a White House correspondent, April Ryan, the founder of Black Girls Vote, a host from The View. I mean, she really did have a heavy roster. Come on, Wendy, with the execution. Now, the first episode on her channel was actually really, really good. I'm proud of you, Wendy. It was good. I didn't think I was going to like it because I was like, okay, it might give me sleepy time. But it actually was pretty decent. In the next scene, it's the day of the GNA fashion show. So Ashley and Giselle are there getting ready. Giselle flew in from Atlanta because, she was there with her dad. So she's telling us that her dad went into the hospital, and as everything was coming together, Ashley had to pick up the slack because she was there taking care of him. Now, me personally, I don't know how she's even there. I wouldn't be able to continue with this, but that's just me because I'm not leaving my parents' side. Y'all gonna have to figure this out, or this scene gonna have to be cut or something. But she's ever the professional, so she was there. Karen arrives first, and she's telling Giselle, I'm here for you if you need anything. Then Wendy shows up. Wendy, you look cute, girl. I like that hair. Shasha and Robin, they arrive. Hey, y'all. And Nneka shows up alongside Jacqueline. Mama Sheila done showed up. Hey, Mama Sheila. Still got your little shaking and going. Hey, Mama Sheila. And child, here come Debbie Snacks. Now, who invited her? I mean, she is Ashley's friend, so I'm not surprised. She determined to get them 15 minutes. You hear me? She is determined to make a cameo. It's actually creepy. And then Wendy spoke to her. I was like, that's weird. That's suspicious. She was like, yeah, I'm just being fake. Girl. Ugh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have spoke to her. So everyone is in the building, right? Mia is telling them, that they're having a release party for the photos in 2 days. And I was thinking, can a nigga come to the party? Because, she wasn't invited to the shoot. And Nneka just sitting right there smiling. Honey, anything to be involved, child. And Nneka, you can come to the party, girl. Even though they ain't invite you, I did. So now the show is starting. The models are coming out. Wendy and Candace being shady. And before anybody gets started, we already know if the shoe were on the other foot, Giselle and Robin would be even shadier. That's if they even showed up. So we're not going to go through that. Well, they were talking about the fashions. All of them were talking about the fashions. Wendy didn't realize that one of the outfits mimicked what she wore in Williamsburg. I was like, girl, I wouldn't put that on Gizzard. Don't forget, Ashley is involved in this as well. And she loves Hoochie Mama Couture. That's her thing. That's her thing. She love it. I mean, athleisure wear, it is not, but it's definitely their styles merged. Okay. They did it quicker than She by Sheree. That's what I do have to say. But what I want y'all to take a page out of Real Housewives of Atlanta's book. No matter how long it took Sheree to get them damn clothes off of off her website, they still came together and rallied around her and lifted her up on their shoulders. Okay, so what y'all need to start doing is lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. If it is not personally affecting you, then y'all should support each other's ventures because you're all on this platform together. And I think that's something that Atlanta does well. When it's time for them to come together for a common goal or the greater good of the show and each other, they will congratulate each other. So I do appreciate that about that franchise. Y'all got to work on that. Okay, y'all got to work on that. So then Ashley and Giselle come out at the end. Giselle gives a speech. Honey, she up there speaking her speech. She gave Ashley her flowers because, of course, she's been with her dad. Things have been hard. So she needs Ashley to step in, and that's exactly what she did. So after everything's all said and done, Mia is telling them about Giselle's dad having surgery. So Candace goes, well, I'm going to wish her well from afar. Here go Mia. Well, you can tell her that. She's wishing her well from afar. Like, girl, what? So then Wendy's still pissed because she was like, no, y'all talked about my mama when my mama was sick and she was going into surgery. And I'm just going to say this right here and right now. Okay, I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but this is not the time for this. I think that it's wrong for any of them. Hear me very clearly. I think it's wrong for any of them to say negative things when their families, their parents, their kids, their spouses are sick. Any of them. Now, I cannot tell people how to respond. I cannot. So Wendy gonna respond how Wendy want to respond because Wendy a grown damn woman. But if Giselle said the same thing, I would be on her as well. Okay. Now, Mia, you cannot strong arm them into going up to Giselle and creating a fake moment now that her dad is sick. You can't do that. But I just don't think it was appropriate for Wendy to start being like, yeah, so I ain't got nothing else to say about her and this and that. Y'all just let those things go. Like I said, I would say the same thing about any of them. So now that we've moved past that, everything's going on. Giselle decides to leave because she has to catch a plane. She's going back to Atlanta. Then we see a black screen. It says 9:56 production wrapped. You hear Ashley asking, are the cameras down? Are the cameras down? So we hear Debbie Snacks trying to talk to Candace. And so Candace is telling her, get away from me. Please get the help away from me. Go from around me, girl. Now get from around me now. Her and Candace are going back and forth and back. Deborah keeps saying, oh, you ain't got nothing to say to me in my face. You got a lot to say, but you ain't got nothing to say to me in my face. Girl, get lost. You're just looking for a moment. Go away. See, that's why I said it should be GNA, go away. So Kiana is telling her this is not the place. So she's saying that over and over and over again. Deborah still in Candace's face talking. So then we hear, stop, stop, stop. Now, if you haven't seen the video of the fight, it was circulating all over the blogs. You can still catch it on Twitter, aka X, if you haven't seen it. But for those people who are going to say that Candace started this, she did not. Lil Debbie Snacks wanted a moment and she got a moment. And Kiana went straight B-more on her and tatted it up. Now, I don't condone violence, but baby, when I tell you that girl was wearing her out in that dress, and only did she fall because somebody pulled her down. And that was the end of the episode. Child, the episode is to be continued. I am so happy next week is the finale. I might throw a party. What y'all think I should do? I'm so happy. Oh, child. This has been the season of gloom and doom, honey. Anyway, y'all meet me over here for Married to Medical. It's part 3 of their reunion. We're going to wrap these heifers up. Potomac, I'm happy that you're all doing something. And just go away, child. Just go away. Y'all comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, Stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.